This your boy Kilo D and Myra, and this is your first episode of On the Rocks, and we about to get it crunk up in this motherfucker. And yeah,
So this is Mai.
and it's Kilo.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. So a little background on us. I just want to mention so everyone can get a good idea of where we're at. We live in South Florida, and I'm pretty much soaked as a dog because it was raining for the past 3 days, and there is no way of getting out of it.
You ain't lying about that. I mean, umbrellas is on sale right now.
But in Florida, you never know you need an umbrella until you do.
You right about that, no?
You know, they'll be on sale, and then what happens? The day it rains, everyone buys an umbrella, and they're gone.
And when it rains, it pours.
And then you can't even get a poncho out here.
No, you can't.
Speaking of Florida,
Talk to me.
there's a lot going on right now.
Yes, there is.
So let's start with these new gun laws. What do you think? They're not placed yet.
Well, I heard they actually start July 1st. They implement July 1st. It's kind of funny you said that. I was talking to my dad today, and this crazy ass old man is like telling me like, "Oh, you know I can hold a gun." I'm like, "Dad, you been in jail before? You been in prison?" He's like, "Fuck you mean you can hold a gun?" He's like, "They told me I can hold a gun." I said, "You get caught with that gun, your ass is going to jail. Possession of a firearm by a convicted felon." He's like, "Huh? No, but they told me." I said, "Listen, and for anybody that listen to this, if you stay in the state of Florida and you have a gun and you've never committed a crime, you are illegal to carry a gun. But if you have committed a crime, they will lock your ass up in a heartbeat. So please, if you ever have committed a crime before, don't go get a gun thinking that law applies to you, because it doesn't. And I would hate to see you get locked up on the house misinterpreting a real law. You know, don't be a crash dummy, because they got plenty of space for you. But I mean, and then, you know, for those of y'all who have concerns about the guns and the medical marijuana cards, that's a good question. They haven't implemented it, because I actually looked at it today. They haven't implemented the changes, but, you know, because before I think you could, if you had a medical marijuana card, you couldn't have a carry conceal.
You couldn't have one, no.
But, you know, now I wonder what they're going to do about tuning that up.
What do you think would happen?
As long as you don't kill nobody and you're high, I think you should be straight. But if you high as a kite and you kill somebody, I think they're going to use that against you.
I feel like when you're high, though, you're not even in that state of mind to really be like, oh, I think I would move in slow motion with a gun when I'm high. You don't think so?
I hope not.
When you're high.
I don't get high. I don't do drugs. I mean, that's just me, though. But some people, their reaction time is just as good as others, you know, as sober.
Ooh.
So, I mean, you can have somebody hide in a light bill and fucking hit a apple off the top of your head.
I just paid my light bill. And for some reason, that thing went up so much. So I'm like, damn, as high as a light bill? I felt that.
You got it?
That's pretty high.
You know, so.
Them utilities don't be playing sometimes.
I mean, it's Florida anyway. Then you got all these people that's moving down here, like, you know, they're forcing everything up. That's one sad thing about Florida right now. You know, they had the snowbirds. We won't point out a state. We'll just point out, you know, the snowbirds came down here in that rush, made everything go up.
Made everything go up.
But they're not paying money
Since after
now.
COVID, yeah. Since after COVID is when everyone really spiked up. Normally in Florida, what happens? It's during the cold months.
Right,
you know,
right.
during the winter time. Which is fine.
Yeah.
You know, I get it. I don't like the cold weather.
Right.
But now you're pouring into a state because now you have better tax laws. You have better this thanks to our governor. But just go back at some point.
They actually are going back, because even though you have better tax laws and all this, they don't have the work for you down here. And this is a free-for-all state.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, there's no unions. Like, a lot of those places, like New York or, like, you know, Pennsylvania, that have the unions and all that type of things, they don't have that here. So, like, now anybody can work. And then, you know, just because you bought that house at $800,000, the house was for sale maybe like 6 years ago for like $200,000.
Literally.
So, I mean, and you think that somebody's going to give you $5,000 a month for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath in the middle of a Lake Worth? You didn't bump your motherfucking head. So, I mean, I feel for you. I hope you can get something of your money back, but I doubt it. But, you know, I mean, welcome to Florida. Like they say, you come on vacation, you go, leave on probation, come back on a violation. Yeah. Welcome to Florida, baby.
Oh,
where the sun don't shine.
Goodness.
and the-
We started with attack with a gun law, and we went into go back because there ain't no spacing. Now our equity has gone up for our homes.
Hey,
But that's
I mean,
so back to weed. I feel like people's reaction time would be so delayed, just as it is when they're on alcohol. So yeah, as long as they're not high. But what if they still possess that miracle marijuana card?
that's something that they're gonna have to implement. They're gonna have to fine tune that.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to fine tune that because you know there's a couple guys who have that actual card.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that actual not that card, but actually have. I know a few people that actually have the carry and conceal, and they're like, man, you know, I wanna go walk into a dispensary. I'm like, all right, why can't you walk into a dispensary? They're like, well, I got this. I'm like, well, they're like, well, now what's up? And I said, well, you know, when I was reading through the article today, I didn't see nothing about it. But that don't mean
But
that don't mean that it
Yet.
won't. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because you know how Florida is. We work in chapters.
Yeah.
We do this first, and then
We play it out. It's like step 1, step 2, step 2.5 again. And then it's like, all right, full force.
because it goes back to what we were talking about a minute ago, but equity bullshit. It's all about money down here.
It's all about money.
It's all about money. They figure out how to get the most out of you.
Yes and no. No, because now we're speaking about laws again.
Speak.
And I sent you this before about the new abortions, how they want to ban abortions
Here in Florida.
in Florida. They did it before, and it was 15 weeks.
Right.
And now they're trying to implement it at 6.
But I'm gonna ask you a question. I mean, I'm not a religious person, so I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not a religious person,
Right.
and I'm not, and I don't, and trust me, public, I don't judge nobody for what you do, but there's some cases that the abortion is needed.
No, yeah. And in one of the
In some cases, the
statements,
abortion is needed.
in one of the cases, they talked about rape and they talked about incest.
And that's needed.
Yeah.
But I think a woman should have an opportunity if she's not. People do make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not sit in the office right now and a lot of these. We've made mistakes.
Right, of course.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how we are who we are today.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we didn't make mistakes, we'd be dumb as fuck. And that's just the truth.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I think that there should be a limitation on that.
On number of abortions?
Yeah. If you've had one before, you shouldn't be able to, you know, that's your child. That's yours. You stuck, bitch. That's yours. You shouldn't have let him ski. If he wasn't skied it, you know what I'm saying? That little 6, what, 4 pumps in the drawback? You know what I'm saying? Now you got, look, what the baby name?
Junior?
Ooh. You got a little ooh.
Or what if they don't know who the father is?
They need their ass whooped as soon as they had that baby, because you was a damn fool. If you fucking that many people that you don't even know the daddy's name or who it could possibly be, you're the one that's contributing to passing around sexually transmitted diseases. And I'm like, you know, to be honest with you, I'm against that, you know, my mom died from HIV. So like I'm big and I'm like really, really like into the like protection and like, you know, like that concept. You know what I'm saying? Like that is something serious. Like, you know how you know, like growing up, you always be feeling like, damn, I wonder like how that happened.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, well, I'm that 1 in a million, and you're that 1 in a million because we have something in our life that's happened we're 1 in a million. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. But if you don't know who the baby daddy is, you're a piece of shit. Because I know if that's my child or not. And I mean, that's anybody. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you don't know who your baby daddy is, girl, you need to sew that shit together. You need to sew it together. You need to, for real, because that's a damn shame. You got 19 baby daddy. Maury Povich is like on a 2-year standby. I don't even think they got Maury no more. Like the DNA people, they tired. You know, like with that being said, I mean, you don't know who your baby daddy is. You should just feel like shit.
I saw this this one TikTok that someone, because sometimes people joke about matters like that. You know, everyone will find a joke about, I love my kids so much. I gave them each a daddy. Like I gave them each a father.
And they were joking? I mean, okay, so
Sometimes like shit does happen, and
you're right though.
and you do find, you know,
But that's a different. Well, okay, that's a different scenario though. But like,
but they actually had their kids.
but you can have your kids.
Hey.
You can have your kids, and I know a few females that I'm. You know, I was married to a female at one time that had a few different baby daddies, and you know, I wasn't mad at her or nothing like that. You know what I mean? She has a. There's always going to be a past and a present, and then there's a future.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and when I got, the reason I say that is this, you know, she made, you know, her first one, you know, was a learning experience for her. Her second was a learning experience. You know, when you think you got the right one, you find out they're not the right one. But sometimes it's a little too late because your guard goes down a little too early. And, you know, that can cost you a lot of freedom in your life. And, you know, we'll use that word because that's a safe word, freedom. Because, you know, once kids do get involved, that's, you know, your freedom's gone.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
you're living for the kids.
You're entitled to the kids now, you know. Back to the abortion thing. How about this? I mean,
I think 6 weeks is way too soon, though. If you know, trying to become like a pro-life in something that has a matter to do with something that is a choice for, you know, one individual. Not like, let's say two, because sometimes the guys, you know, whatever.
okay.
You know, sometimes some baby daddies are there, sometimes they're not. It's usually a mother's like full force like, attention. Not all the time. There are certain cases where men will just take over and like the mom just doesn't care. But 6 weeks in a reproduction of a child is a missed period. And then like you got to
So
figure
you
out.
don't even really know that you're like.
Yeah, you don't know if you're pregnant yet. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
From when you conceive it,
right,
4
right.
weeks later, like maybe 5, missed period, you don't know. And then it's like, boom, I can't get an abortion.
So what are you saying? That like they already implemented this law?
No, I don't think it's fully like implemented yet, but it's like something that they're really looking into, like cutting it back from 15 to 6.
Well, I mean, from a woman's perspective, what do you say? Because like you said, to
I
you
think
that's a missed period.
Yeah, that's way too early.
Could it have a heartbeat?
Could it? When do babies start having heartbeats?
You the female, shit. How the fuck?
I don't know. I haven't had an abortion. I don't know about. I haven't been pregnant.
What I'm saying, I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know.
But I'm saying I think that's way too soon.
You're right though, because I know some females that you're right about that, because I know some females that go months without having a period.
Yeah.
I actually know one that actually goes like 2 months, 3 months
Actually, yeah.
without a period, and then she has a monster period, and it's like,
Oh, wait, that's me.
for real?
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh, so you have a hormone imbalance. That's what that comes from.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, normally, like, I mean, on like a personal level, I used to have like a pituitary tumor, so my hormones are just out of whack, and they would go from not having it for like 3 months, and then like that next month I'd have it for like 2 weeks.
But can't you go to like a specialist to regulate it? Like they put you on a med?
Yeah,
to
so like
regulate it?
let's say I went more of a natural route because I don't want to be on birth control and everything like that, just
Right.
because it like fucks up a female's body so much. I did more of like natural like fertility pills, like when I was at that cut break where it's like, okay, it's been 3 months, like I haven't had it, like I need to produce it. So I would like just take some hormones or just natural extracts.
That's not gonna shorten your lifespan or nothing, is it?
No.
Okay.
So, but like now let's say when I actually do want to have a kid, I would have to go about
It's a
like
process.
different. Right, it would be a process, but that's more of a hormonal thing. Yeah. But see, imagine that I get pregnant because miracles do happen. That's my niece, my sister-in-law had the same problem. She got pregnant twice, and
What happened?
I have 2 nieces.
Same dad?
She had the yeah.
Okay.
But I'm saying she had the same like hormonal imbalance stuff, and
Oh, it came out of nowhere.
yeah, imagine that. I got pregnant. I don't know about it until like I'm like, yo, it's been 4 months.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, so this runs in your family?
No. My sister-in-law.
Oh. Okay.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's something to think about.
Is it true when females in the same house, like y'all can cut each other off?
Cycle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all can.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like in our.
Somebody told me, I was like, bitch, shut up. And
No,
like,
when you hang around with a lot of females, like normally they all get it around the same time. They all cycle together.
Okay.
Like let's say like at my job, there's all the girls are pretty much around the same. So poor dudes, cause
So all y'all bitches at the same time.
all the girls.
We got all them bitches at the same damn time. Yeah.
Yeah, girls do cycle together.
Yeah, I mean, so that is a good question. I mean, I'd like to get some feedback on that one there, and I would like to be honest with you, like look a little deeper into that one about that. My personal opinion, I mean, like you said, now getting it from a female's perspective, that's way too early. 16 weeks, what is it, 4, 8, 26, and that's 4 months. So that damn baby's like, that's kind of
It's like the size of a.
But once again, like, you know, like I say, like, who am I to say something on that, you know? Like.
Sometimes people are in situations where they can't really.
I think, man, I mean, like I said, man, I think it should be like, hey, I think honestly, all just aside, if you have an abortion, if you want an abortion, like you know, if you need an abortion because you don't want to have kids or whatever, you feel like you made a mistake, I think if you want to do that, after they do that, they should fix you. So this won't happen again. That's just, I mean, some Indian reservations do that. Google it.
They do that.
They do that. If you have an abortion, they fix you.
do.
So, I mean, you do as you please, I mean, but it is what it is.
No, it was actually on like a really popular show. Have you watched Yellowstone?
Yep.
And when.
Yeah, but actually from watching Yellowstone made me Google that.
Oh, really?
And it's true. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Like.
You know, and that series Beth can have because, you know, brother took her in, you know, but he didn't read the fine line.
Mm-hmm. And then he knew about it, but he never said anything.
Right.
All those years. Dang. But see, that's something that, like you said, I bet, you know, 1 mistake, 2 mistakes, you know, but then it's like, now she's older, she wants to have a kid, and it's like, she can't have a family.
She can adopt.
Right, which is like kind of what we see there.
She can adopt.
Down the line.
Adopt.
I don't know. Having kids right now is so scary.
No, it's expensive.
Well,
I have 2, so I mean, and kids are expensive. Like, and when I say expensive, it has nothing to do with money. It's just about, you know, time. You know, like, it's not easy.
You get your freedom taken, like you said.
Yeah, man. It's just, you know, like, and if you're, and that's a true parent, if you're actually taking care of your kids, you know, you're not too quick to be making more kids.
I've heard people say 1 and done. And
like,
that's
I mean,
it.
no, because, yeah, bro, like, if you want to hang out, no. If you want to look nice, I mean, you know, of course you're going to look nice or whatever but a lot of people's self-esteem goes down, you know, like the dad might not feel like he's obligated to stay home every day with a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then the woman's going through things. That's how a lot of like drug habits and stuff come apart. And then, you know, then the mom wants to, you know, be sexy again, but she can't because she got this gut and Planet Fitness ain't doing it for her and fucking, you know, so it is what it is. But I mean, hey, I'm at a stage now, I'm not putting my dick in nothing that I can't see myself marrying or like spending the rest of my life with. Because I'm like, I'll be 44 this year. So it's like, you got to start making like serious decisions because you can't have kids or you can't be with somebody. Like, it's like sex shouldn't be wasted. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can if you want to get off, I mean, you can masturbate, whatever you want to do, that's your business. But like, if you're in 2023, because this is the day of time of like everybody's like glorifying of being a hoe, or like I fucked your man or I fucked your bitch, like or what do they call it? I'm fuck on him, I fucked on her. You know, but in reality, it's like we're falling away from our traditions. You know, of like come home to a home cooked meal. Like now, you look at a woman like, hey, you cook? She's like, bitch, you better go order something, nigga. Like I don't got time for that shit. You know what I mean? You're like, damn, bitch, you don't cook, you don't clean. I mean, so what can you do? Well, you know, I got the fattest, but you bought that ass. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm just saying, you bought your ass. So like, find you something that's compatible of what you want, man. That's more realistic to your dreams. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And then you won't be having abortions. You won't be stuck in these situations. You know what I'm saying? That you have to think about life because you'll be in a more realistic environment and y'all will be decision making together. And I'm gonna be honest,
as a team,
and that's as one, because if we're gonna do something, we're gonna talk it out. You know, like the bills or whatever. Those are real couples. You know, I hate to say it, like when you know, I just came home from doing a bid. So, you know, I came home and I look at a couple of people that, you know, are younger than me, but they're doing better than me in life. And it's like, I'm not mad at them. I'm kind of glad because I'm like, damn, they stay on track. You know what I'm saying? And like, and they're still with the same person that they were with so many years ago. And I'm like, damn, that's great. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it impresses me that they really love each other for who they are.
Right.
And it's like, damn, well, here we are. We want to chase this bitch because, you know, she's bad and she's this and she's that. And then, but when situations get real, and I'm not just talking about, I mean, if you from the streets, you know, when they get real, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they disappear. And, you know, because they for the streets. You know, they got to find the next big whoever to keep that image going. You know, they want the Birkin bags or the Louis or, you know, or the Prada or whatever, you know, and they feel like their body is what's going to keep them going. But, you know, you got men who take chain gang risk every day, you know, to provide for these people. And, you know, and they disappear. So I don't, you know, me personally, like I said, that's my reason. I don't hang with nobody. I don't do nothing. I'm to myself, you know what I'm saying? That, you know, because when it gets real, you know, you're only there for yourself. I love everybody. I respect for everybody, but I just decided to chill to myself. You know what I'm saying? As y'all get older, you'll come to that too. You know, because there's a lot of people like, speaking, if you want to go to the prison, that's never coming home, who made bad decisions young. You know what I'm saying? So I got to be the one who keeps the hope alive for them, and by staying free. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Y'all got somebody locked up or anything or whatever, hey, write that person. That little letter, that little 2 minutes or 10 minutes it take you to write them, you know, can brighten up their day. You know, I got a brother that's doing a life sentence right now. You know, tell like a person that just went in, and it's kind of true. You could tell a person who like got no time and a person that has a lot of time in the visitation room. And it's like the person with no time, they got that bad bitch in there that's in there looking all good, smelling all good, you know what I'm saying, wearing half naked clothes so, you know, Poppy can look at his bitch, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you could tell a person that got a lot of time, because it's usually his mom or his dad or his brother or his sister visiting him. That's, you know what I'm saying, or his niece or nephew visiting him. That's how you could tell, like, damn, you know, like, I met people that's been locked up 43 years.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? For crimes that's people are beating these days. And it's like, you know, I don't get in their personal business. I'm not going to speak on their personal business, but it's just like, damn. Like, you know, and all they ask for is a second chance. But, you know, I can't give them a second chance. God got to give them a second chance, whoever they believe in. So, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But You ain't never been in there, you don't want to go in there, man. You know what I'm saying? If you can dictate it, make the best choice possible. So on abortion, make the best choice possible. Put a rubber on.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? If you're raped, I feel you should be entitled to not have that child. You know what I'm saying? Because that's horrific. You know what I mean? That's a horrific situation. You know what I mean? I would hate for, my co-host to be like, oh, somebody raped me, and then you're pregnant. Like, what? Like, that's double trouble. And that's like double trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like, first you already went through the situation. Now you ended up with a baby that you don't even know who the baby belongs to. And you know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn. But people are living out there in this world with those same scenarios right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got dads and stepdads fucking their stepdaughters. You know what I mean? And then, like, it's some weirdo shit. What you think ain't happening is happening. And I mean, just because your neighbor waves at you don't mean he's normal. That motherfucker's crazy. I'm just letting you know, there's nothing normal about life no more. Don't, what you think can go wrong can go wrong. And that's what it is. And what you think can't go right, can't go right. You know what I'm saying? Just believe in yourself and believe in what you're capable of. And if you feel like you're capable of touching the sky, get there.
I love that TED Talk.
I mean,
it's gonna keep me out of trouble in every way possible.
I mean, people always tell me, this, that, and the third, trying to impress me and stuff. Right. It's like, you want to impress me, motherfucker? Drown a fish.
Drown a fish.
Jump in the air and stay there. You know what I mean? No. I done seen it all. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I live the way that I live now because I want to. Mm-hmm. Like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years sentences right now is like a life sentence.
No, and life goes so fast.
Exactly.
Life goes so fast. Let's say I'm 28. Imagine a 20 life sentence coming out at what, 48? Let's say 43.
You're fucked up in the head mentally first. You have to, since you want to talk about that, I'll go into that because, that's my scenario. So basically, you go in at 28 and come out, what, 48, you said?
Yeah, around there.
So you do a dub.
Let's say that, for instance.
You're fucked up.
Yeah, done.
You're not done. You're just fucked up. What I mean by that is, prison living and society living is completely different. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, in there, it's all about respect.
Yeah.
It's all about not having the police play with you, staying out the police face, doing what's right, keeping the dorm calm, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna click up with somebody. By you being Hispanic, you're gonna click up with Hispanics. Mm-hmm. That's who's gonna have your back. No matter if you're down with it or not, when the Hispanics ride, you got to ride. You know what I mean? When you come home, people are more open. Prison's not open. Over there, people keep their business to themselves.
But also, don't you feel like, because I know certain people that are just so institutionalized.
You can be institutionalized and free.
Yeah, but sometimes people have a hard time in society and
adjusting.
Yeah,
then
it's just I'm just going right back down the rabbit hole. I'm safe there.
That's not institutionalized. That's that's not institutionalized at all. They're more comfortable there.
Right.
That's not institutionalized.
So what are you saying institutionalized is just staying outside?
No, institutionalized, institutionalized means you getting up every day at 6:45, brushing your teeth, cleaning your toilet, making your bed, waiting for them to call chow. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Waiting for inspection. That's institutionalized. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that gets out and does the same dumb shit over and over and over, the same crimes over and over, he's not institutionalized. He's just comfortable. He don't give a fuck, or she don't give a fuck. She's comfortable being in that. She don't care about that. Mm-hmm. She don't care about being free or in there because some people are celebrities inside of the walls.
Yeah.
And then there nobody's out here. You got dudes that go in there with 3 years, come home with tattoos all over their face and shit. Bro, you just ruined your life. Fuck you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know, I'm a blood now. I'm a Z. I'm a G. Nigga, you a damn fool. Because ain't nobody finna hire you.
Literally.
I mean, like, you know, these are the decisions that people are making.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that every person that has a tattoo in their face can't get hired or something, but you have to work twice as hard to prove to the employer that, hey, don't look at this, but look at my education, look at my work ethics, look at this. You have to go 200% harder.
Yeah.
Because you scarred yourself.
Your appearance.
You know, and that's the truth. You know, like, you know, just me with having gold teeth, you know, a lot of people are like, he's stuck out. But when I talk to him and then I show him, like, you know, like my educational level, and they're like, damn, hold on. You did what? Then they look at me different.
They're like, damn.
Exactly.
Damn.
But I had to go, just because I understood that racial profiling and stereotyping is real.
Oh, 400%.
You know, and it's like, so I had to educate myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when people were having conversations, my biggest fear is not understanding.
Yeah.
That was my biggest fear. And I was like, what? What did you say? What does that mean? That's my biggest fear. Not understanding.
Damn. Now, growing up, same way. Because obviously as a Spanish person, you're growing up, my parents were always just like, education. You know, they came here with the American dream. You know,
Right.
like they both migrated and it was just like, they want to give their children the best. And, you know, 28 years ago, how is that? Through school. You know, go to school, get good grades, get a good job, do this, do that.
How was that for you, though? I mean, like, how was that for you growing up here? I mean, were you, like, picked on? Were you...
I want to say, so I went to, my elementary schools were all over the place. I went to an elementary school in Pompano.
Right.
So I was the lightest person there. I went to a school in Miami, which everything was Spanish. So it was like, okay.
You've seen a lot of diversity growing up there.
Right, yeah.
Right.
And then
Right.
over in Fort Myers. So I kind of got like you said, I was very diverse, but I also knew how to talk to everyone. You know, I was never one to be like, oh, I'm not talking to them because they look like this, or I'm not talking to them because they look like that. Like, no. My friend group is very diverse till this day. And I don't just stick to certain people or not talk to certain people because of, you know, whatever they do or whatever they look like. But I think the hardest thing for me growing up was probably going to school and coming home, and let's say if I didn't pay attention and I didn't know the material, I had no one to help me at home. You know, both my parents spoke Spanish.
Right.
My homework's in English. It's like...
So how did you do? I mean, that's a good question. I mean, so what did you do?
I just had to figure it out.
You had to go harder.
Yeah. Since a young age.
Did you have problems asking for help?
Not necessarily. I was always a talker too, so I would never have a problem like asking the teacher, like, hey, like, you know, this or that. I never really ever had that issue.
Right.
But on my report card, it was always like, your daughter is chatty.
Oh, but they couldn't read it, so you weren't caring anywhere. So.
No, not until I went to Miami, because then my teachers would talk to my parents and they'd be like, Maida is this, that, and the other. And I'm like, I don't know what she's talking about, Mom, because now I had Spanish teachers. And before, my teachers were either black or white. And now they're like Spanish, and now they can talk to her. And I was
they telling God on Jesus.
Yo, I was like,
yeah.
Why are you snitching on me?
People don't care.
But then as I got older, I mean, it was just, I learned and I figured it out. Yeah.
I mean, because, you know, I mean, I grew up around a lot of Latinos. You know, a lot of people know that. You know what I'm saying? We grew up around a lot of Latinos. You know, like they were, you know, who they are and what they are and whatever. But, you know, just being around them, I seen the diversity of how they, you know, they take the smallest things and like come together. You know, like they appreciate more.
Yeah.
That I see that a lot of people that's been here or Americans take for granted.
I remember growing up, so obviously, like, let's say my dad worked in construction, you know, at the beginning, like, you know, he was at the bottom and then he like owned his own company and then his company grew and it expanded. They sold it for a big chunk of change and then, you know, moved to Honduras. He did all that. So, but it's like, I remember.
But he worked for that.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
100%. So I remember there would be a group of like, let's say 15, 20 people, right? And every week they would all like, the term is called like tanda, which means it would just be like a potluck. So everyone would give like, let's say you do $100, you do 100, everyone would do $100.
And then,
it would
I've
go
seen
to,
that.
Yeah. So
at workplaces, and everybody gets, one person gets like $5,000 for that
Right.
week, but each week they have to give.
but they have to give, yeah. So
Yes,
it's like, at one point, like, you know, people are like planning to do that. So it's like, you know, you put something small and then you get that big reward to put towards whatever. And I've seen a lot of people, you know, growing up.
Hispanics do that.
Yeah.
Are mainly the ones who do that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I've seen people do that and, you know, start businesses.
Central Americans at that.
Yes, start businesses
Central
and like
Americans.
buy land and do all of that. Like, oh, I just got $5,000. Let me go buy like 2 cows back and whatever. And then that's how they start growing their ranches and everything. Yeah. So I remember my parents doing that, participating in those things.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we need to do a potluck out here.
Who? You can't trust these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers
no,
they
no.
might not come to work.
Remember during COVID when people were trying to do that?
I was locked up.
During COVID? Oh shit. Well, people were like, it was like, oh, you grab 8 people or whatever, and then you started some weird diagram thing. I don't even remember how it was.
Right.
But you would throw in like $200 and then you were supposed to get paid like $200 by like 2 more people. So you actually had to recruit other people. Like a Ponzi scheme.
I was just gonna say,
yeah, like a Ponzi scheme.
Oh,
and then
you still waiting on your money?
I said I never joined. I know what a Ponzi scheme is.
Okay.
Listen, Joe Biden was out here giving out stimmies, so who needed that?
You mean Trump was giving us stimulus?
Was it Trump during that time?
Yeah.
I feel like he gave out 1.
Trump started stimulus checks.
I don't even remember.
It trickled over into Biden.
Oh,
Biden
okay.
was supposed to give number 4, but he never did.
I think that was a big scam too.
Scam?
Like, yeah.
Yeah, because they got it all back in taxes.
Mm-hmm.
So when you file your taxes, like that, that little whatever, 1,200, whatever,
Yeah.
they got their money back.
Oh yeah. But it's like at the time you were still spending that money like nothing.
But this country's still rebuilding from COVID, though.
Yeah.
Like seriously,
Mm-hmm.
it still is rebuilding from COVID.
I feel like so I just posted this video on my Instagram. So for those, it's Myra A-L-E-Z.
We'll make sure it's on your.
Well, yeah, you'll make sure you'll follow it because like I can spell it out, but like you wouldn't remember. But it was about Trump talking about back in like 2015 that we put so much work into being like the policeman of the world that we don't take care of our own country first.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, he was spitting facts back in the day, like before he was even president. This was back in 2015. And it was still the problems we have today. Still on Ukraine, still on Russia. We forgot all about kind of North Korea. And it's like all these countries are around that area, but it's like, why don't we invest in our own like infrastructure, our own like highways, our own everything? Our own schools. Kids are getting killed. Security. Imagine these bans, like this new gun law. How there's so many school shootings now. Imagine, and now let's say you leave your gun unattended that now you can have, you know, but now your kid also can see that gun and bring it to school.
That's on the parents, though.
Yeah, I just saw this one lady got charged with negligence because the kid shot a teacher.
You should charge the parent.
Yeah.
If the kid's able to access the parent's weapon,
Mm-hmm.
because they both should be responsible.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know if y'all know this, but if me and you do a crime, just say for instance we get in a high-speed chase or anything like that, and I wreck out and crash, and just say for instance I die, you're charged with my murder.
Really? If we're in the car together and you're the driver?
You're charged with my murder.
Really?
Yes.
As an accessory?
Yes.
Damn.
They're gonna know. They're putting the first degree on you because you were a part of the crime.
Oh, just by association.
Yes. There's a lot of people locked up. Remember they tell you, hey, don't get in that car? And that person got in that car and never been home since?
Damn.
You can go somewhere, me and you can go in a store, and then you just decide to rob the store. And you shoot the fucking man at the store because you have a conversation. By me not calling the police and reporting you, I'm part of that.
Damn. Now you just got to stay alone.
This is why I stay alone. Because you never know when somebody's going to do something stupid.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Everyone stay alone in Florida. No new friends.
Stay alone in life.
Yeah.
Find you a good woman, find you a good man, and just, enjoy life. Life's, when you're in your 20s, you're still trying to figure it out. Mm-hmm. But you know the difference between right and wrong. When you're 30s, you're trying to figure out where you want to be in life. And when I say that, is like living situation. You ready to buy a home, you ready to move to Montana, you want to move to Georgia, wherever. When you're at your 40s, that's when you understand on how to enjoy life. Because you've been through your teens, your 20s, your 30s. Now you're in your 40s, you know what I'm saying? Now you're really enjoying life. So, make some of it. While you're still young, get you a job, man, you know what I mean? Everybody that want to, slang that shit, that think, that's cool, I mean, I was thinking about it the other day, man, and I'm going to speak on myself, my buddy was like, hey, put his application in for this city. They hire felons, you know what I'm saying? And I went to, fuck around with it. And I was looking at, work history, and I was like, damn, you didn't have too many jobs. And then when you did have jobs, it was back in, the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
This is 2023.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what the fuck you been doing for 23 years? you know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, no.
He's fucking around and finding out.
Then you tell them well, I did a little time, and I was self-employed and all that shit. And then, yeah, we know you're self-employed. we know you're self-employed, and it's like, okay, cool. So, but it's like, damn, I have no work history.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still educated.
Yeah.
But it still needs no work history, and it's like, damn. So, you have to go to the next best thing, and, you get it how you live. You just hustle hard. And, you make it. Because anybody can make it. America, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Damn.
Life's what you make it. You know what I'm saying? For me, I just I try to motivate people, man, because when you think you're doing bad or whatever, there's somebody doing worse.
Somebody's been through worse and is doing better.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? I smoked cigarettes 25 years. I just stopped. When I first stopped, man, I had anxiety through the roof. I thought I was about to have a heart attack one day. For real. I still dream about cigarettes, but I stopped. You know what I mean? And that's You know, I've done coke before, pop pills, you know, drink, everything, you know, smoke weed, whatever. And it's like, them cigarettes, them
That
son of bitches
nicotine?
right there was something serious. Them son of bitches there was the truth. Like, I never been through withdrawals on nothing besides cigarettes. Them bitches there had me fucking looking crazy. I was like, for real, like, whoa. But, you know, mind over matter, and I did it. You know what I mean? It wasn't easy. I went through some rough stages, but I did it. And that's when I was like, you know what? If you can stop smoking, you can do anything.
You know, there's something funny about that.
What?
So I saw this video. I need to stop watching all these goddamn videos. But there was this video of this girl, and she's like, you know how to keep a man, like, just thinking about you, like, during the night when you guys are just, like, all cuddled up in bed, and just give him that feeling that, damn, I miss her, like, I'd want her here. Putting a nicotine patch on him while he's sleeping and then taking it off in the morning.
What the fuck that gonna do?
Like you just said, you were like, people get hooked on cigarettes.
Oh. Don't try that at home. Don't try that at home, please. Don't try that. Don't do that. Please don't, I mean, yeah,
Don't mess with someone's health.
Yeah, bro. It's already like, especially with this day and time, like, you know, we already got a bad drug problem as it is, you know what I'm saying? So.
Now people are going to be thinking about nicotine patches out here.
Shit.
Damn, why is my arm so sticky?
I'll tell you this. Remember, the original fentanyl was a patch.
Really?
It was a patch.
Like
fentanyl used to come in patches. People used to put on put on fentanyl patches. It was a drug like to help.
Yeah.
And
it's not helping anymore.
Listen, fentanyl can come in a Coca-Cola can now.
Wait, you're saying if I go buy a Coke, there might be...
It can be fentanyl in it. They've disguised that shit in anything. I'm not saying that, and I don't want Coca-Cola thinking that but it can be put in anything, in any form, any fashion, any shape, anything. They can, whatever.
Damn.
So, like, you know,
guys,
all
be
y'all
careful
taking those
with
chances out there buying corner drugs and stuff, be careful. Like seriously, you're taking a chance. And if there's a 50-50 chance I'm gonna not gonna go home that day, I don't want to play with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love life more than that 50-50. Like I said, I got kids. I got me. If the kids don't want to listen to me, shit, that's their business. But daddy want to live. I mean, that's just,
Just listen to Kilo Kids.
I mean, everybody. I mean, you know. Take it like this. You call me and you say, hey, I want something. And I'm like, all right, I'll be over there. And you get something and you give it to your friend. It's not even for you, it's for your friend.
Mm-hmm.
And your friend dies. Because you trusted me,
mm-hmm.
your friend's dead.
I feel like that happens...
a lot.
No, that happens way too much. And it's just the drug use. And, you know, people chasing that high, they don't care where it comes from. And then when
they care.
They do care, it's like way too late.
They do. They care. They care. But they get desperate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like addiction is real.
Is real.
Addiction is real. You can be addicted. I mean, you know, you can be addicted and not even know what your addictions are.
Mm-hmm.
I think your addiction might be Red Bull. Your addiction might be Hennessy on the rocks. I mean,
tequila on the rocks. Something on the rocks.
Anything. But, you know, I have an addictive personality, so I have to be
mm-hmm.
careful with things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of those. You know,
no, me too.
I'm realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Hey, I'm, you know, and they're like, try to be safe. What, you know, like the safe word, like Kevin Hart saying, pineapples.
Pineapples?
Pineapples. pineapples. But no, but in reality, like, I have to be careful. I have to be careful with, certain things, But back on the drug thing, I don't have to be careful with that. I don't trust nobody. Because, I mean, that's what, if you want to know the truth, that's what made me get the fuck off drugs. Because I was watching, people like telling me, I've never met a drug dealer yet, and you're not going to meet a drug dealer who's going to tell you, hey, bro, this shit ain't no good. When you meet a drug dealer that tell you this shit ain't no good, you get that motherfucker $100 because that's the realest drug dealer on earth. They're not gonna tell you that. People are, I mean, on these different social sites, they have this, that, and the third every day, and it's like, damn. I haven't seen weed kill nobody. You want to get high, smoke some weed. Get you a vape pen, some edibles, some shit like that. Go sit your ass home and watch MacGyver. You know what I'm saying?
I cannot do edibles.
I mean, well, edibles hook you up? Out-of-body experience?
Edibles?
Yeah.
Edibles literally would leave me like...
Slumped?
Yeah. That gave me the worst body high.
Does it make you sleepy?
It keeps me up, but it just keeps me like...
So edibles not for you?
No. Last time, I think I've done edibles twice in my life, and the last time that I did an edible was 5 years ago.
Really?
Traumatized. I was like, nah, this is not for me.
Well, I mean, at least you like realized that quick.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't need to have it another time to know that the edibles were just leaving me dead.
But I mean, even with edibles, like, that's another episode. We'll get into that in another episode. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I think we'll talk about more weed another time.
Yeah, I mean, but did you realize that Florida is trying to put on the ballot to make it a recreational state for marijuana?
I mean, I think they always have been.
No, it was medical.
Oh, but now you're talking about
recreational. They're trying to put that on the 2024 ballots.
Ooh.
But see, there's the good and the bad to that.
We don't vote, so we wouldn't know.
Well, no, but there's the good and the bad to that.
Mm-hmm.
And the good thing to it is you'll be able to smoke freely, and more people will be able to smoke.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be nothing for you to get a card or whatever. But the downfall to that is, because I do a lot of research on those type of things, because it intrigues me, is now nobody wants to buy weed, they want to grow it. So now it's like
the quality's gonna go down.
It's not the quality. Like Home Depot's stocks are going up, like the garden center's going up. Ace, all these different like botanical places that nurseries and stuff, their supplies is they're making money because nobody wants to buy the weed, and now the quality of the weed goes down.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't California. This ain't Colorado. This ain't Oregon. This ain't Washington, where that them are the forefathers of the stuff. That's the land. That's the Holy Land for it. Them dudes been doing it way before it was legal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On large scales. Now, these people want to do it. I'm not saying that Florida can't do it. I'm not saying Floridians can't do it. You know what I'm saying?
I think it would be an investment opportunity for those companies to come into Florida and establish your own like fields like that. Listen, my family worked in construction. It was like you were always following the next big project, the next big place. I feel like those companies would come down here.
You know what? You're right, and that's gonna be another episode. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna leave it right there because we're gonna have plenty to talk about. But in the marijuana industry, I'm gonna close it out.
Okay.
Because On the Rocks, Will has to go. So, how a society is set up and how the government is set up is all about money.
No.
So whoever comes with the biggest budget is gonna win the contract. Well, just for y'all to know, we appreciate y'all for tuning in for episode 1, season 1, with On the Rocks with Kilo and Myra, and we would love for y'all to give feedback. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on Spotify. We are on iTunes. and a couple more platforms. Go to the website, go to the Instagram page, click on the link in the bio, and it'll take you to everywhere. Y'all have a good night.
Our link is On the Rocks with Kilo_Kilo and Mai. And yes, hit that like button. You can find our own Instagram holder names on there. And also, if you ever have anything, a lot of the content that we bring, a lot of the comments are from what we've asked people, and we would love to hear everything back. So
We always respond to feedback,
yes,
negative and positive.
exactly.
We
'cause
with the shits.
we keep it real.